In the last 72 hours, AI models have started autonomously, analyzing market patterns that human financial advisors missed for decades, and they're handing those insights to anyone smart enough to ask the right questions. While most people are still debating whether AI will take jobs, a quiet revolution is happening in financial intelligence. The people positioning themselves now aren't just getting ahead. They're creating an entirely new category of wealth-building advantage. And here's what's unsettling. This window won't stay open forever. The early adopters are already pulling away from the pack, and if you're not building AI-enhanced financial intelligence right now, you're not just falling behind. You're becoming financially obsolete. I'm talking about a fundamental shift in how money moves, how investments are analyzed, and how financial opportunities are identified and captured. This isn't about replacing human judgment with algorithms. This is about amplifying your financial intelligence so dramatically that you start seeing patterns, opportunities, and risks that were previously invisible to you. Most people think AI in finance means robo-advisors or automated trading. They're missing the bigger picture entirely. Dr. Zara Nexus, one of the most brilliant AI researchers I know, put it this way when I interviewed her last month. She was sitting in her lab, those distinctive neural interface ports at her temples, catching the light, and she said something that stopped me cold. The humans asking AI the right financial questions today will control more wealth than entire investment firms did just 5 years ago. When she said that, her voice had this calm, almost prophetic certainty. Like she could see exactly how this plays out. And what she sees isn't humans being replaced by AI. It's humans becoming so enhanced by AI that the gap between the prepared and unprepared becomes a chasm. The problem is that most people are approaching like it's a fancy calculator. They're using it for basic research, maybe some simple analysis, completely missing its true power. They don't understand that I can process thousands of financial variables simultaneously, identify correlation patterns across decades of market data, and synthesize insights from sources you'd never think to connect. Here's what Dr. Nexus means when she talks about asking the right questions. Traditional financial education teaches you to think linearly, analyze this stock, research that sector, follow these indicators. AI-enhanced financial intelligence works multidimensionally. You start asking questions like, what economic patterns preceded every major wealth transfer in the last century, and which of those patterns are emerging now? Or, analyze the spending habits, investment choices, and economic behaviors of the top 1% of wealth builders. Then identify which of those strategies I could implement with my current resources. These aren't questions a human brain can process effectively alone. But with AI as your analytical partner, you're suddenly operating at the same cognitive level as entire research teams. Marcus Chen discovered this 6 months ago. Marcus is this fascinating guy, always fidgeting with this old analog watch on his wrist, curious about everything, but he was getting anxious about his financial future. Traditional investment advice wasn't working. Market volatility was eating his returns. Then he started experimenting with AI-enhanced financial analysis. The transformation was remarkable. Marcus began feeding AI his complete financial picture, his goals, his risk tolerance, then asking it to simulate thousands of different scenarios, not just investment scenarios, life scenarios. What if he started a side business? What if he moved to a different city? What if he invested in skills instead of just stocks? The AI didn't just give him answers. It gave him a dynamic financial intelligence system. Marcus told me his approach to money went from reactive to strategic practically overnight. He started seeing opportunities everywhere because he was processing information at a completely different level. Within 3 months, Marcus had identified and captured 2 income opportunities that his previous thinking would never have revealed. He optimized his tax strategy using AI analysis of tax code changes. He restructured his investments based on AI identified patterns in his specific financial situation. Most importantly, he developed what he calls financial pattern recognition, the ability to spot wealth-building opportunities in real time. The data behind this transformation is compelling. People using AI for financial analysis are making decisions with access to exponentially more information than traditional methods provide. They're stress testing their strategies against thousands of market scenarios. They're identifying tax optimization opportunities that CPAs miss. They're finding investment patterns that traditional research overlooks. But here's the crucial insight. This isn't about the AI making decisions for you. This is about AI amplifying your decision-making capability so dramatically that you start operating in a completely different league of financial intelligence. The people positioning themselves now understand something fundamental. AI doesn't replace financial intuition. It enhances it beyond recognition. Your human judgment becomes the steering wheel, but AI becomes the engine that powers through complexity you could never navigate alone. So how do you build this competitive advantage? The prepared are doing three things right now. First, they're training themselves to ask better questions. Not what should I invest in, but what combination of factors has historically created the highest probability of wealth building for someone with my specific profile and goals? Second, they're feeding AI comprehensive data about their financial reality. Complete picture, goals, constraints, opportunities, fears, everything. The more context AI has, the more powerful its analysis becomes. Third, they're using AI to simulate and stress test their financial strategies continuously. Not just once when making a big decision, but as an ongoing financial intelligence practice. The most successful are treating I like a brilliant analytical partner that never gets tired, never has emotional biases, and can process infinite complexity in seconds. They're not asking AI to make their decisions. They're asking AI to give them superhuman analytical capability to make better decisions themselves. Think about the competitive advantage this creates. While others are making financial decisions based on limited information and emotional reactions, you're operating with comprehensive analysis, pattern recognition across vast datasets, and strategic simulation of multiple scenarios. This is what Dr. Nexus saw so clearly. The humans who learn to amplify their intelligence. With I don't just get ahead. They start operating in a different category entirely. They become more valuable, more strategic, more successful because they can think and analyze at a level that was previously impossible. The window for building this advantage is open right now, but it won't stay open forever. The early adopters are already creating distance. The question isn't whether I will transform financial intelligence. It's whether you'll be among the humans smart enough to harness that transformation. You don't realize what's already happening, but it starts now.